Wait, are we
Yo!
Whoa! Wait, when you count it down, oh, we're here. Oh, shit.
We're here.
YouTube poop stuff. Oh, hey,
Oh my
what's up,
God.
guys? How we doing? Welcome.
The countdown was the stream starting.
We're back. All right. No.
You said we had
It's
to
been that
trailer.
long. It's been
Can you
that
imagine
long.
if Leisure was just gone?
Oh.
We're back, guys. Did you miss us? I missed us.
Dude, I missed us.
I miss what we had.
We're doing Chibi today. I'm on the road. If you guys are in the Tampa area, we are at MetroCon this weekend. Next weekend, we are probably not going to have a game because Grizz is out at Evo. But
Who's gonna win Evo?
Grizz is going to win Evo.
If you see me
how
at Evo,
exciting.
please don't come up to me.
I'm having
Please
a
do
good
not
time. Please don't come up to me.
No, I'm kidding. No, I'll be so locked in. I have to win my first
you
set at
actually
least. Yeah, but I'm gonna lose. I have not practiced at all. I'm playing
Good play.
Rivals of Ether too.
Oh yeah.
It'll be fun though.
Break a stick.
Yeah, I will
Yeah.
when I lose. I'm gonna slam my controller into the floor. That'll be my legacy.
You have to
Don't be-
unplug it and then throw it at the jumbotron and
No,
ruin
no.
everyone's day.
I'll be politely toxic. I'll stand up, bow, shake the hand, the fist bump, whatever, and then I'll turn around and give him 5 seconds to leave, and then smash that shit.
Just
So
backflip.
what did the guy say at the Slimmer Games SGDQ that one time? He's like, "You really should stop talking, right?"
I would really
anyway,
prefer it if you would be
Yeah.
quiet.
Yeah, I would really prefer it if you would be quiet. Anyway, welcome back. We're back. It's been a minute. We have been in convention limbo for quite some time, but I'm glad you are joining us once again. We have had a lot of new people since we started playing last. We've had some announcements and some stuff go out, so we've had a lot of people come into the chat and into the stream. So if you are new here, you're very much welcome. There is a recap that has been consistently updated. If you go and check out our Discord, we are on episode 33 of
Oh my God.
Shadows over Velda.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah, right. When I was at Kineticon last week, we had we had the usual suspects roll up. all in cosplay. I got gifted a bunch of really cool stuff. We got a printed copy of Neons over Velda, the Shadows over Velda AU, that was really, really cool. But we had a great time, and thank you guys for coming. You're incredible. As always, we have a bunch of pictures and stuff too that we'll share eventually. But it's been a minute since we played last, and we had a pretty crazy ending last time. And does anybody want to actually wait? Before we do that, we haven't had an icebreaker question in a while, and I kind of want to steal an icebreaker question that I had in another session.
Hell yeah!
That Wednesday session that we had. It is we'll start. It's really, really good. I'm a huge fan, and as a voice actor, it's kind of applicable to almost everybody in chat, or everybody in the session. So this one is: if you had a phrase, if your character had a phrase that they would say when they crit, or when they killed another player in a JRPG. If they were like a playable in a JRPG, what would that phrase be? A crit or on kill? Or you have that like the cutaway to show that you're doing a special move or something like that. What would they say? We can start with, we'll go down and then back up. We'll start with Leju. What would Phoenix's crit line be? Sorry, I'm gonna mute while you guys do this because we have a lot of people coming into the hotel room.
Yo, it's a party. Let's go. Okay, my first up to that. Okay, well,
yes, please.
4.3 microseconds to think about it, and so I'll stall just one moment to also give everyone else some time. But I think a crit phrase that I'm not spending a long time revving up. Okay, so if and when
Stalling.
Phoenix
You're
crits,
stalling.
This is also for your benefit, okay, Grizz? Like,
I mean, I already got an answer, but you go first.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, you guys have an answer. Okay. I didn't need to stall then. Okay, so when Phoenix
you're
crits,
good.
which is quite often, he'd probably say, "Yeah, thought so."
That's fire.
Creative. I love it.
I actually love that. That'd be like my favorite character in our game. The one that's like way too nonchalant. He's not even like in the world stakes. He's got nothing on his shoulders.
Speak a whole lot,
Yeah.
but when he does, it's important.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Just plain and simple.
I like it. It's, and indicative of the amount of time I've given you to think about it, so it's fantastic.
Yeah.
But that's it. It's just you learn a little bit more about your characters without giving the whole game away. Even though we've had a lot of Phoenix lore lately, honestly, and
It's true.
I'm super excited that we've learned as much about him as we did. That's hilarious. We just had room service come in and like turn the entire place over in the last 10 seconds.
Let's go.
They're setting up a table for you and everything.
They're setting up the table. We got. Oh no! You just spilled the coffee Hold on a second. Juzo, go.
Oh no!
He spilled coffee everywhere. Oh no. Damn. I guess if Sunder had a crit line, it would just be really simple. If you've ever played Devil May Cry, like Devil May Cry 5, just Nero fucking middle finger to the sky, just yelling "fuck you." Like that shit would be badass. Just, fuck you blows up.
Fuck you blows up.
Dude,
fuck you!
Fuck you is the best crit line so far. We've only had 2, so it's about a 50-50 shot. You're gonna get the best one. What do you got? We also have a special guest in chat, Gaijin Goomba. Hello, Gaijin Goomba.
Oh, what up?
Wait, I know
God.
that.
I know that
What
guy.
the fuck?
Holy shit!
Wait a minute.
I watch that dude all the
Yeah.
time. Holy shit!
I watch
Gaijin
that guy on
Goomba.
YouTube a lot. What the fuck?
Hello,
Space.
Goomba.
Small world.
Okay, Hayden, what would Argentum's like special crit cutaway line be? It could be on a kill, could be on a crit, could be on just something special to be like oh, I hear that every time they do that.
I think it would be like their alt line, and this is gonna be pretty clear that I play entirely too much Honkai Star Rail. But I think it would be like their alt, and I think it would be, "I'll rewrite our history."
Ooh, that's good.
Flames.
That's good.
Epic,
Yeah, I
epic,
like
epic.
that.
Lance, you know that GIF where it's like the pin is on fire when they're riding? That's how I see Argentum.
It's the one picture of Blackbeard like smiling.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. That one.
That's gold. Okay, fantastic. All right. And that means next is Grizz. What would Ray's crit
Honestly,
line be?
you've probably already heard it in the campaign, because I like to think that during battle, Ray has this sort of like unhinged scariness to him sometimes that it's kind of odd for a Celestial, and kind of try to lean into the sort of cruelty and corruptedness of the violence from the old ways of Lolth whenever in battle. And so I think his line would just be like, die! And that's it.
Die! All right. Huge fan. Loving that. Okay. Ben, what would Silent Beaks? I mean, we wouldn't really say anything, but
Yeah.
Screams
Yeah.
the damn-
What would Silent Beak's spoken crit line be? I wonder.
Burn
What
up.
would your
Bunch of
animation
wings
look
flash.
like?
Okay,
Oh,
this
yeah.
is gonna need like a
Check that.
visual aid, so I'm just gonna post the face that Silent Beak would make when she gets a crit in the
Fuck yeah.
in the chat.
It's in the roll 20.
In the
Oh,
in the roll 20
That is
chat.
It's not what I expected.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, that's-
amazing.
It's just the George Constanza
Oh my
like
God.
half smirked face.
That's great. No,
So
yeah.
it does like the Fire
bat.
Emblem like cut in of her face, and she's just doing that.
She's like just like one eyebrow raised, like
Yeah.
That's fucking great, man.
That's
Okay.
amazing, dude.
Oh, okay. What a good segue into our very light recap. Does anybody want to take away what we went through last session? It was fairly chill, all things considered. We did a little bit of ship exploring, figuring out what amenities are on the Blood Cutter, what light history has been on the Blood Cutter, what it was used for. You got a little bit more knowledge into Krillin and what he's going to be doing, as he's going to be working on Ray's new weapon. Let's see.
My armor, you mean? And
Your
then
armor,
Juzo's
yeah,
new
rather.
weapon?
Sorry. Yeah, and Juzo's new weapon. Yeah, scratch that, recursive. And let's see. We also you met with Sunder discovered underneath his bed a little stowaway. You want to talk a little bit about that guy and your interaction with that bearded gentleman?
Oh, there was this weird fucking old guy under my bed. He's just rambling around about the ocean and all the fucking adventures he's had. I don't know. And he's just some fucking drunk guy. Like just.
No. I love that you were in character.
Yeah, you're very much in
some
character.
fucking drunk guy claiming he was the captain of the ship. He tried having me team up with him so he could overthrow who's piloting the ship today.
You were gonna.
Ran into,
Right?
ran into
No,
Captain
we're not.
Hornjack.
hell yeah, we are.
Captain Hornjack Sterling, a man who has many stories, and it's some of them, seem plausible. Others are completely out there and ridiculous, but feel like they could be true based on how convicted he is when he says it. You also met a few other crewmates aboard. I believe Argentum was the one that got a really good look and kind of like studied them up and down. And I know Leju, Phoenix also had a brief encounter with one of the three that Argentum had discovered. Do you want to talk about who you kind of sussed out, Argentum?
Ooh, okay, where are my notes?
I don't think you got names of some of them, but you definitely got,
some of them. we
No, I didn't get
names for.
names of any of them. Like, where are my notes? I don't know where they are. They're for my
Gotta get them
brain
their
is gone.
notes.
But you got a sick
Yeah.
binder.
I
That's
do,
alright.
but none of my
Mm.
notes are in there.
Beans.
I got hungry. I'm
Beans.
sorry.
While
Uh,
Argentum's looking for
yeah.
their notes,
Yeah.
Stop.
Let's do a brief overcap, just of what exactly has happened over the past few months. You guys, after the fall of Ibranca to the Driders and the forces of Veyroun, you trekked all the way up through Darrow-Delph ice farms, all the way through the small little hamlet that they have north of Ibranca, the large port city capital of Lothlorian that is now left in ruins, or at least occupied by the opposing force. And then from there, you made your way to Ipswich's School for Swindlers. Ipswich, the paternal figure, but also patron to Phoenix. And after he had requested some aid, and in Darrow-Delph, you were given charge to deal with or encounter the pit fiend that had ransacked the castle. You ran into the remnants of Ipswich's school and all of the students therein. You met with the likes of Trevor and Lillian, and a few other students. One of which ran away. Let me grab his name.
I found him.
Did you find him? What's his name? It's in my notes somewhere.
No, I don't fucking know.
Oh.
I think I found my notebooks.
Oh, okay.
I don't fucking know.
Callum? I think his name's Callum. I can't believe I forgot it. It's been a while, guys. But yeah, the you dealt with several issues and creatures that were still kind of inhabiting the castle. You talked with Ipswich, who, after you guys released the dragon that was living underneath of the castle, Acervax, and he kind of absconded with the wall in a pretty climactic battle. The wall was taken away from you, and the person that stopped time for a little bit for you guys to get a few really good hits in on Acervax to kind of move the battle in your favor was Ipswich. And after that, you didn't know where he went. You don't know where he took off to or left to. You also found Argentum found another denizen in their head in the form of Praetori Call, who had inhabited this mind blade that was in the possession of Ipswich during this whole ordeal. You had entered Ipswich's war room in the Feywild and found a couple of really interesting artifacts, one of which helped you in the inevitable fight with the pit fiend Nine Flame the Glorious, that had trudged up, hoping to parlay with you guys for a little bit and put forth a proposition to specifically Ray, where Ray would give up their whip, which is one of the trappings of Lolth, and in return, Nine Flame would lend a Legion of Hell to help push back the onslaught of Driders from Ibranca. That was met with some opposition. Ray was absolutely not going to do that. Varric was very much of the mind that they should, and after a bit of a tug of war, the tensions grew high enough for combat to erupt, and you guys had summoned forth Marky, who had taken the form of a giant golden mech. I know this sounds crazy for people just showing up, but I swear to God, it makes sense. And after he got Marky got a few really solid hits in on Nine Flame. Nine Flame wrestled Marky to the ground, and you guys were able to kind of take the upper hand in the fight. Sunder, you knocked one of Nine Flame's, the pit fiend's horns clean off. Ray, you lashed into Nine Flame's red flesh over and over again. I believe one of them was in fact a crit, and a crit smite too, which definitely hurt. And
Thanks to Beak.
Yeah, and Beak, you
Hell yeah.
the holy flash paper that I like to call that you have was invaluable in this fight, especially against something of demon kind. And after the fight, Nine Flame promised that they would be back in traditional villain fashion, but the earth swallowed them, and you guys narrowly avoided getting swallowed as well. Pit fiends fall back into hell if they are killed on the material plane, and you don't know what happened after that, but as you guys took a very deep breath and figured out where you were going and what exactly you were doing, Ray had a conversation with Bryant, his childhood friend, and after a little bit of digging, you discovered that you need to submerge the sickly Deva Bryant in a mana pool, as he has been on the material plane too long and has exhausted a lot of his holy power, and hasn't really heard anything back from the people that sent him here, which gave him pause and is definitely accepting any help. As you guys have moved all of your belongings onto the ship, the Blood Cutter, this large regal galleon that was a diplomatic vessel for some time of the Baron Edo of Ifbranca, we find ourselves here. We have found Captain Hornjack, who was taken off the ship a couple of sessions ago, as he wanted to be the one to pilot it, but everybody who was on the ship was like, we should probably not have the crazy old man piloting the ship in this narrow waterway. Is there anything that I missed that you guys would like to talk about? Anything you want to bring up from your stories that we had touched on? Anything of your narrative that you want to inform people of? As we've had quite a gap, and it's nice to freshen people's memories.
Yeah, because Argentum, once we were on the boat, they did their best to meditate to try and make contact with Praetori, especially after everything that's happened recently, and with them having touched one of the trappings of Lolth, the heart of Lolth, oopsie doopsie.
Oh yeah,
That's
we
on me.
completely jumped over that part.
Yeah.
You want to go for that? Yeah, go ahead and
Sure.
tell everybody
because Sunder and Argentum, in trying to find the Temple of Elistre that was beneath Ipswich's castle, oh shit, indeed, babes. They found the heart of Lolth to delineate that a little bit, and Argentum touched it. It was this large black diamond, and Argentum touched it, and it showed them flashes of, a life that could be. And when they pulled away, they had now this scar, this burn scar on their hand, that is slowly, I guess, like veining its way up closer and closer to their heart. And actually now there is from what I understand, you can correct me if I'm wrong, DM Sama, there is a fragment of Lolth within them trying to, like, essentially take over their heart to an extent, and it is putting Praetori in great danger.
Yes.
So now they have to talk to, whether it's Alandre or Ray, but try to get some Lolth knowledge to try to take care of this.
Yeah. One important thing is Praetori mentioned something and someone ancient, older than the hills and what's beneath them. There was a name that he gave you, Zilix.
Yes.
That was the point of contact for a lot of the wild card allies. That he's just like, this is a name this is a strong person. I know this person. I don't know if they're still alive, but you should probably see if you can ask them something. But
yes,
I think that
yeah,
he's a myconid, one of the fungal person. But is there anything else anybody wants to talk about? Anything that their characters did or discovered? Part of their personal story that is intertwined with all of this that you want to bring up. I know Silent Beak found some fun, interesting things.
Yes.
And let's see. Yeah, if you want to talk about that, you can.
She so when we were, faffing about in Ipswich's fucking college of gifted youngsters,
Yes.
we went into the portal into like a Feywild like office of some sort that where he was just keeping a bunch of stuff in, and Beak found a book, like a half-burnt book with some of Ipswich's notes, and it had notes on how to lift her curse. Because, spoilers, turns out that Ipswich was the one that cursed Beak. Or that's the assumption, at least. But it's pretty obvious that it's him at this point. And the steps to lift the curse were you must find the first sound that you've made in life, the echo of your birth cry. And then I have to discover the warlock's fey name and speak it aloud in my silence. And the third one was I have to tune the voice, and the vessel must stand in a place of great something. So Beak shared her findings with Argentum, and I think also wait, was Sunder also involved in that too? I think so.
I think Sunder was there, but I don't know if Sunder was paying attention.
Thought he got locked out of the room.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right, yeah,
I
but the
was
when
out
you
of the
clawing
room
at the
whenever you guys were having this conversation.
Then it was just Argentum that knows all this, but yeah. That was the most exciting thing. So yeah, there's a plan. There's a reality where Beak will canonically be able to say fuck.
Oh yeah.
Beak speak.
Beak speak.
Speak.
And then we'll find out the inevitable crit line that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll refer back. Hey, remember episode 34? Now I can answer that question.
Yeah.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So with that, it is still the early evening, because you guys spent the majority of the day getting everything together on the ship, and most of last night figuring out what you were going to do. We ended with Captain Hornjack kicking down the door onto the deck of the ship and shouting and spouting about mutiny. And he did that right in front of y'all's face. He is now on the deck, running about. He has his blade out, waving it around on the deck. So a few of the people that Argentum that you had sussed out are looking at him very strangely. Some of them, one of them seems to know him and is talking him and trying to talk him down a little bit. It is Barry, the large man whose family owns that bakery in Ibranca. He runs up to them, runs up to Captain Hornjack and tries to hold him by the shoulders, and he is not having it before you guys see just out the doorway, because I don't think any of you guys are on the deck quite yet. Varric begins to walk over and about 50 feet away has a conversation with Captain Hornjack. What do you guys do?
Varric took the captain and kind of subdued the situation. They're talking.
Barry is currently holding him tightly. Barry's almost 7 feet tall. He's built like a siege engine.
The captain isn't calming
simple,
down.
But it doesn't seem like the captain's calming down. But keep in mind, and this is very apparent from your minimal interaction with him, Hornjack is 78, pushing 80. He's lucky to be alive in this current world.
Grandpa.
He's eccentric. He's very, very much
lucky
grandpa.
or skilled.
Lucky. I mean, or yeah. He may be just good at what he does. Who knows? Maybe you should let him pilot the ship. But yeah,
You don't
Varric
get
is
this
having
old by being weak.
he's having a conversation with him, and Barry is not having any difficulty holding him. But yeah, what do y'all do?
Argentum's going to approach, just very casually, calmly walk up to Varric, Barry, and the captain.
Okay.
What seems to be going on here?
Varric looks at you and says, Did you let Captain Hornjack back on the ship? And the ship is moving. Like it is gone towards the like lagoon area and is approaching its terminus of where it like enters the mouth of the river. Like you have set sail.
No, we found him under a bed though. He had stowed away in the room that Sunder was going to sleep in, and now, well.
Oh. And Varric looks at him and says, Jack, you there? And Hornjack is kind of like, I don't know what you're talking about. Jack, you've been in the Navy long enough to know what happens to people that push a mutiny. Jack, you know what we do to stowaways, right? And he's like grumbling under his breath and obviously a little upset that his delusions haven't paid off. Barry lets go of you. Are you gonna be okay? Hornjack doesn't say anything.
Jack, darling, why do you want to start a mutiny?
Are you... I couldn't do what I needed to do back in Evebrunga. Back in the old city, I failed. Couldn't get me mates out in time. I want to set it right. I want to make it right. I want to... He looks disappointed in himself.
Argentum's gonna put their hand on one of his arms, just in a very... just gently. If you allow that guilt to fester, it will eat you up inside. But, while you couldn't help then, what will help now is allowing Varric to captain. And you seem to be quite knowledgeable about a great many things. So if anything, I am a seeker of knowledge and I would love to spend some time with you while we're aboard. I'm sure we can find much use for your knowledge of the Navy, of sailing ships. You can show me the ropes, literally. But we cannot be having a mutiny right now. Do you think we could do that?
Varric looks at you and then back to Jack Hornjack and says, or you get thrown in the brig. Roll a perception check with advantage. Or a persuasion check with advantage, my bad.
You got it, buddy. Ah!
That's a 16.
16. He looks up and like furrows his brow and pouts his mouth underneath of his bristly white beard. I could do that if I get to steer the ship down the river. And Varric says, looks back past Argentum into the room. Do the honored guests have any objection to that?
At this point, Phoenix will probably like peek his head out to see what's taking so long. Sorry, what's taking so long?
Do you mind if Captain Hornjack steers the ship while I remain captain? That role be called a bosun. Yeah, yes.
Can he do it?
As long as he is capable.
As long as he takes us where he, as long as he takes us where we need to go, I don't see any problem with it.
Yes,
Varric
as
leans
long as
over to
we
you,
end the
Argentum,
ship.
and goes,
Yes.
"It is a river. It's a straight line."
So we don't need Varric. That's what you've just confirmed for me. No, I'm kidding.
Well,
Argentum will like cup their hand over Varric's ear, like to like whisper back. It's like,
Yes, that's why I didn't think it would be much of an issue.
this is like giving the kid an iPad.
yeah.
Just put this on autopilot for a little bit and let him think he's doing something. Giving your brother the unplugged controller.
If he can do it, he can do it. I mean, sure. As long as we don't die.
This poor old man has PTSD, and we just give him the ship.
Yeah. Varric kind of puts his head in his hand and looks at Barry and says, "Yeah, let him go." And Barry just kind of smiles and says, "I never wanted to hurt you, Jack." And Varric salutes him and says, "Hi, Hornjack." It's Captain Bosun Hornjack. Yeah, Bosun Hornjack. Get up on the ship. Go steer it. Go ahead. Yeah. And like he clicks his heels together militantly and salutes Varric back, and almost as though nothing happened, struts up onto the poop deck and begins to pilot the ship and steer it quite effectively. It's like he's done this for decades. Honestly, he seems to know exactly what he's doing and where to go. But he starts to bark orders at some of the other guards that are up there, and some of the Ivbrancan military men, to which it falls on deaf ears, and he becomes a little bit grumpy once again. But you guys see this ship start to list around deftly, quite dexterously, avoiding some rock falls and large shearing sheets of black rock and black stone that have fallen as a result of the school moving away from the coast. And it almost feels like as you guys get pulled in and around, as this 200-foot long ship starts to get pulled by these thousands of gallons of cold seawater that is slowly and quickly filling a river that goes on as far as you guys can see into and possibly beyond the mountain. This water is beginning to push and speed the boat up a lot. You guys are moving at a fairly good clip as you guys get sucked into this like vortex. You feel it like lurch some of the stuff. The cargo starts to creak and the ropes begin to like strain on themselves. The ship hasn't really seen a whole lot of movement in nigh on 50 years. So it's being put through its paces, but Captain Hornjack seems to know exactly where to go and how to move the thing. And eventually you guys pass where you mourned your friend, the wall, pass the hole in the side of Ipswich's School for Swindlers, as the group of students and militiamen and the riders of Koff kind of run up and around the coast and the ramparts of Ipswich's School, this large castle. They start to wave to you and run along the rocks as following the ship. Lillian, Trevor, all of the friends and compatriots that you guys have met follow and run along as the Bloodcutter's sails just barely breach the top of the fjord and begin to come into view as it is pulled into the Irimismar, the newly formed river that is currently gushing ice-cold northern sea water. And you are now well on your way. 100, 200, 300 feet, 500 feet. The mouth of the river begins to fade into the back as the sun begins to get lower and lower. It's about half an hour has passed as you guys mill about and see what happens. Does anybody want to roll a perception check?
See.
One person.
I think it should be me,
Anybody else
guys.
looking around? Yeah.
Who among you would be taking a good look at what's ahead of you? And I'm going to have one of you guys roll a D8. So one person roll a perception check, and then another roll a raw D8 for me.
I'll roll
among us?
D8.
Okay.
All right. We'll have Silent Peak roll the D8.
It's a 6.
I'll do the
6.
perception
Let-
if no one else will. Unless you want to
Okay,
go.
go for it. No, go ahead. 25.
That's
Oh my
25.
God. Okay. So, and I will let you guys do what you would like to do in this time, but this is what happens over that time. So, with a 6, let me check the table here. Oh, it's in a different document. Okay, so as you guys move down the river, a very light sleet storm begins to drift in with like a whispered hush, and it like smacks the deck a little bit. You hear what at first sounds like heavy snow, but then you realize as you guys are going down this river, it starts to rime everything over and crust over the deck. Some of the swabbies and the guards and people who were doing the hard labor and the heavy work, the dumb labor as it were, start to scrape it off. Throw some hot water from the furnace, from the fire elemental that's downstairs that's been heated up, and they throw that on the deck in order to kind of melt some of this stuff. The sky itself is a low, dull, hanging gray, and the wind picks up a little bit, starts to catch the sails, and as the sails get icy, it's becoming a little bit more difficult for Hornjack to actually steer the ship, but it's good that there are no bends in this river quite yet. But the weather for the next 24 hours is light sleet. No storm, but the deck, it can be difficult terrain. If there is a fight that breaks out, the deck will be difficult terrain as it is covered in ice. And if you stay outside for too long without the appropriate gear, you could take some cold damage. But that is for the next 24 hours. Let's see, you got a 25 perception. Okay, we'll hold on to that roll, Argentum.
Okay.
Is there anybody that would like to do anything in the 2 or 3 hours that you guys are in the initial couple miles, couple kilometers of the new Irimis Mar?
Do we have any mages on board that, or anyone in our group that is as a little fire cantrip that could maybe keep the deck warm so that it's not sleet, covered in sleet? Or we're just kind of, we gotta
You
deal
have
with it.
so all of the guards are relatively incapable of magic. The Riders of Koth are more martial combatants. There's nothing terribly magical about them. Maybe some of your compatriots have 1 or 2 cantrips, and there are few people that may be down below deck that know a thing or two about some fire magic.
Okay. Oh wait, we have. Oh man, but I don't know about it yet. We have the fire elemental powering the ship.
He's been helping as he can with heating up some water, but you could go and talk to him and see what he could do about making the deck normal again for the next 24 hours.
Yeah, maybe he can warm the whole ship up. That would be awesome.
Sure.
Shit, I just feel awkward because I don't really know that he's there. But it's a great idea.
It is a great idea.
I'm just gonna loudly kind of complain as soon as the storm starts. It's so cold. If only there was a way
I have plenty of
Hello,
to
anybody?
warm the ship and the deck that we have to walk on. It's a hazard for someone like me.
You could just go inside.
I am
Plenty of
inside,
blankets.
Phoenix. But what
That's
if I
deeper.
want to go outside? What if we get attacked?
Then
What
you
if we
go
get them into
outside,
danger?
Then we go
To be
outside if we
fair.
get attacked.
And then slip on the iced wood? There has to be a mage somewhere that we could possibly ask.
Can't
A
help you.
powerful
So-
being nearby.
For what?
To warm the ship and the deck.
He wants indoor heating on
And
a
outdoor
ship.
floor heating.
Clearly, you're such a spoiled little paladin you are.
Outdoor floor heating.
I'm just trying to
kind
think
of
ahead
ship is
strategy
this?
in case we get into a battle.
Beak's writing down a message and shows it to Argentum to like relay it. It says, "Seems wasteful to heat entire ship. Why not heat individuals?" Question mark.
Can you?
No, I agree.
Do I get to hear that or no? You just talk.
I mean, I think.
Yeah,
like,
no, Argentum relates.
to you.
It's like, I mean, I do agree with Beak. It seems wasteful of energy to heat the entire ship, and
Do you have a spell that can keep me warm?
Unless you
No,
already set on
but-
fire. I mean, hey.
I could hug you, I suppose, but you're not really into that.
It is. I will say it is quite warm on the inside of the ship. It's just the heavy oak boards on the outside that are their lacquered surface is covered in slick ice. So
I see it. I get it, guys. You don't want to tell me about the fire elemental. It's okay.
I don't even know that it's there, so I can't
No,
fucking help
it's
you,
all
dog.
right. It's all right. It's
like-
fine. So I get it. You guys are having
Irrelevant
funny
info.
bits.
and it's cozy. You got blankets and their feather pillows. This is a regal, like, noble ship. There's creature comforts on the inside, but yeah, if you guys were to do combat on the outside, almost the entire deck would have to be difficult terrain.
I mean, I'm sure
If I
there's someone
slip,
you
and
can beg.
if I slip, I won't be very useful if I'm slipping around fighting. Just warning.
All right,
I
all right, go beg Varric or something. I don't know. He's the
I
captain.
don't want to talk to him.
I would pay
I love that.
so much money to make you talk to him.
How much?
Phoenix is like laughing his ass off in the corner, dude.
How much money do I have on me?
You can't be seriously trying to bribe this guy, right?
I will give you 300 copper if you talk to him.
What is that, like 3 silver? That's not enough.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
I will give you 5 gold if you talk to him. I know that's a jump, but I will give you 5 gold if you talk to him. If you ask him about this.
Pay up front.
Okay. They will pull 5 gold out of their pouch and place them one at a time and raise hands.
Yeah, they clink. They are also quite cold.
All right. On my way into the bottom deck, I'll pass Varric and say, "Hey, Varric," and then leave.
Wait a second. I got a question for you.
Argentum is peeking out, absolutely fucking watching this. They're like, no, I need to.
All right. I try to walk like 10 feet back towards him, and then I stop.
He
Turn
walks up
around.
to you.
I may or may not have answers.
So, look, and he looks back at Krillin, who was on the deck with him, and Krillin kind of gives him a, go ahead, come on. Like, look. I'm sorry for being so insistent about your whip. You hear him kick his boots against the icy floor of the deck.
How much of that does he mean?
Make an insight check.
I love you, Insight. I love you,
I
Insight.
love you.
I love you.
Don't let me down, Insight.
All
All right, this is 16.
That's pretty good.
Not bad.
Okay. With that, you can surmise that he's kind of been goaded into doing this because it's not something he wanted to have to say. But all of you have known Varric just long enough to know that he's prideful. He can be a little bit stubborn, but he really does have good intentions for everybody on board. He's just kind of blinded by what he had seen, and this wouldn't have been genuine had he said it 8 hours ago.
Sure.
After calming down and talking to some people that he trusts, it seems genuine enough to want to work together. That's what you get with the 16.
Okay. It's not about the whip. I understand that. What I hold is a game changer in this war. I know the gravity of that. I also know the gravity of the lives of Ibranca, and that the city has been lost and torn into chaos, and I know you want it to be saved.
I want you to be saved, you, Ray.
What irks me about our conversation hours ago was the trust. Put my life on the line to protect everyone on this ship, whether I knew them well or not, and I say that earns me a little bit more trust than you gave.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it does. And I don't think we can do this without you, all of you. But I also don't think we could just do this without you, specifically. There's something about you, between that Deva that we have in the hull, and that whip, and what you did to that pit fiend. You're a vessel for something. And whatever it is, I really, really, really hope that it's here to help us.
Likewise. Good talk. While they're trying to leave.
And you just hear out of the corner, like very, very light out of earshot, I did it. Happy?
Good for him. I'm gonna head down into the bottom.
Yeah, it gets
where it's
much warmer
much
as you
warmer,
go down
yeah.
these stairs. Yeah, you go down 2 flights of stairs to where you just kind of follow the heat. You may not know that this elemental is here, but you definitely are just you're a lizard trying to warm up and you have been.
You did not just call me a lizard.
You're a lizard.
As a
I will,
lizard.
I will be exploring for any way that I can help if we fight on the main deck. I am trying to think ahead a little bit, so I'm trying to find some ways I might be able to help us with the storm in case we get into danger.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Will do. Come on, investigation. You and me, we go way back.
Oh
18.
shit. Yeah, this
Hey.
the heat is something. Your senses, you start to smell almost like a light sulfurous smell coming from a particular area of the ship. But with that comes this you ever walk into a sauna that's not on?
Oh yeah.
And it's
No,
yeah,
never
but
mind.
it's still hot, and you're just oh my god, it smells hot.
Actually, maybe.
It feels much warmer, and there's just back of the eyes kind of it smacks you in the face.
Ooh, the
and you start to
furnace.
follow it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
following
yeah,
it.
like going down into the furnace and getting real close to it, and you open one of the doors, which you've been in before. You've been in this room before.
Yeah.
And as you get back further and further to where Krillin's workshop is slowly being set up, you feel around and you feel this large door, and you could swear the door was creaking, but after you have left your hand has left this iron-bounded oaken door. There is still a very low, almost like this rhythmic breathing, and then a mechanical.
Whoa, is it like a heart?
Yeah, it's like a heart. It's like a mechanical, infernal heart. There is, and you could swear there was like, you guys had run into those frost giants on the ice plains before you got up to Ipswich castle. You could swear it was a giant snoring, but it feels more all-encompassing than that. It like fills the room that you're in, but you can sense no physical presence.
Hello?
Oh. And you
fuck?
hear this like crackling light popping with every vowel, every consonant, every syllable that is spoken. Heavenborn.
A what?
Heaven.
One more time, a little faster.
White blood.
What did you just call me?
A celestial.
Yes.
2 on my boards you trod. 4 feet, the feet of gods.
Sorry, back up. Are you is the ship Are you who's talking?
The rhythmic churning becomes a little bit more staccato as you sense a laugh. I am the ship, and those that walk upon it. I am the heart of the blood cutter. I am Cinderas.
This is kind of awesome. Actually, it's like one of the coolest things I think Ray's ever experienced. What? That's
The eternal conflagration. And if this entity could bow, you feel the temperature start to lower to your knees and back up as the room fills back up with its heat.
No one informed me that such a being was in. Are you in the ship or on the ship?
I
When you
am
are the-
in, around, contained.
I see. Why? Sorry. Sorry.
I
Yeah.
was. He mows over you as you start. The fettered one freed me. Magic I drank. Spells I throated. And I am free.
Huh. So if you could see Zephyr's face, you'd probably, I don't know. I mean, there's some expression within the eyebrows and the way that he moves his mouth. There'd be a hint of, I'm a little annoyed that nobody told me about this.
Mm.
And he just assumes that everyone else but him knew. And then there'd be a little bit of like sort of like dumbfounded awe. But I guess it kind of neutralizes once he realizes that we are on the ship of a great magic dude. Right?
Yeah.
Was he a mage or wizard? Ipswich?
He was a little bit of everything.
Okay. I don't know. I didn't know what to call him. So you were a prisoner on the ship. Also, I'm Zephyriel. I am.
Pleasure is mine, Zephyriel of Celestia. I am Cinderas, the eternal conflagration. As he starts to know your name, he becomes less cryptic and a little bit more precise in his speech.
Oh, awesome.
I have been
the Duke of the Plane of Fire.
Are you retired? Why are you here? You said you were free. Why don't you return home?
I will think on this.
Maybe
You're
not tonight.
kind. Go on.
I was kind of looking for some way to maybe warm the ship. We're in the middle of a sleet storm.
My skin tingles with the acrid stinging of frozen rain.
Mine too. It's awful.
I could drink your magic.
Whoa,
Go.
hold on.
Cut the waves with vigor. But it
But-
would slow me down heating the ship. The oak would raise and widen. Your skin would warm and flush. The water would roil beneath me, but I would not be as fat.
I'm gonna need to ponder on this. How
So
slow are we
basically
talking?
Saying
Yeah.
if you feed him magic or spell slots, depending on the size of the spell slot, he could get hotter and he could make the ship warmer and in theory melt the ice that is making difficult terrain, but
Mhm.
it would make him go slower because he's focusing his energy on heating the ship.
Yeah. He actually explained it quite well.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, how slow are we talking? We're kind of in a hurry.
It would have my vigor.
All right, never mind. We need to go as fast as possible, unfortunately.
I could make the ship more susceptible to the cocoon of ice if you needed to go faster.
Someone should have came with me. I'm gonna doom us all.
Fuck it up. Let's go.
Do it, gamer.
Do
Yeah.
it, gamer. Go with your heart.
If it'll double your speed, I have some magic in reserve.
You hear this like chuffed, like lip smacking spark.
Not
coming
if you
from
make that
him
noise.
at the process or at the prospect of a free magic snack.
Please.
Well,
So,
it's
what
not much
spell
because
slot would you like to give him?
I'm a paladin, but I'll give him a 2.
A 2?
Yep.
Okay. How would you like to do this?
Wait.
Hmm?
Could I give him my channel divinity instead?
Oh shit.
Oh,
you could.
shit.
We could. Yeah, you could.
I'll give him a 2 if that's how you'd rather do it. I just thought maybe that would be more powerful, but I don't know. I only got 1.
Okay.
So I got so here's the thing. Resource-wise, I got 3 level 2 spell slots.
Okay.
I think I probably have at least 1. I can't remember if I use them. I think I have at least 1 because it reset when I hit a button, and I'm not sure. So I kind of just put them down to like 2 and 1. So I could give him my last second level spell slot, which I have 3 of, or I could give my last channel divinity, which I only have 2 of.
All right. I will say, 100% what is going to happen if you give him a spell slot. You have no idea what's going to happen if you give him a channel divinity.
Oh, I see. Okay. Oh wait, no. I'm gonna. Can I roll for it? I'm gonna d20.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know.
Go ahead. Even or odd.
Let's say. Where's my roll? D20. Let's say evens. I'll just give him a spell slot. All right. I'll just give him a spell slot.
All right.
No
arguably a
chaos
good
for us
idea.
today.
Okay. So how do you do it? How do you present your spell slot?
Let's see. I'll actually cast the aid spell. I'm sure like the effects don't actually happen, but
Sure.
for that it's just a I speak something in celestial with my hands open, and this bit of glowing light begins to pour out from my palms, and he can consume that however he wishes.
Okay.
Just don't like slobber on me or anything.
Okay.
Don't
You
wanna get
hear
burned.
him. I mean, if a flame could slobber, they definitely lick, and that he does. This infernal engine, this bound elemental starving that has been wrenched from a several decade slumber is very greedy for this magic. And you see these brass tubes and inlays that are kind of webbed throughout the internal mechanoid of this engine and latched into this ever burning, seemingly with no like wood or source entity on the inside, eagerly and with like a molten hunger, just like the particulate of your magic seems to leak into these brass tubes. This air is devouring and flaming, crackling crimson arcs off of your palm, and it almost like seems to eat your words and the volume that you project out of your mouth as you say this aid incantation. The whole machine starts to glow a little bit more. The pistons, they slam a little bit harder. The gears start to shriek, and the flames start to push out through the grating as his voice starts to color a little bit more. His pace quickens, and his speech, once like mechanical, is now a little bit more living. He's almost laughing. He seems pleased, and he says,
Down the new river we tread, my celestial friend. Onward and downward.
you feel like a lurch as the ship doubles in speed for
That's
the
fire.
next 24 hours.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's fine.
And
Yeah, I did.
he starts to like the gear pumping and the engine turning is almost like a like a beat of laughter as he's chewing on your magics.
All right. Pleasure doing business with you.
And I you, my friend. See you soon.
Wish I could say the same. He's like
He's
that's
like
my
humming as you leave, like the humming of the machine is.
is my
trailing as
favorite
you walk
character
away.
ever.
You like Cinderas? I like Cinderas.
Love Cinderas. That's my scene, guys.
Way to go.
I'm gonna stay down here for a sec.
Yeah, rest your voice. Okay. Is there anything you guys, as Ray walks away, you see him have a small conversation with Varric. Varric walks back over to Krillin, and then 5-10 minutes later, the ship starts to lurch forward, but the crew members are having a bit tougher of a time chipping away this ice as it starts to pick up. The sleet starts to pick up and starts to like crust over their eyes and the cowls that they have over their heads, and they're trying to like beat the ice away with like blunt instruments and sticks and maces and stuff like that, hammers. What do the rest of you guys do?
Okay, so the ice is like coming from where?
It's coming from the sky. Seems like a natural weather phenomenon, just part of being not inside of a castle or inside of a heated environment. It's reminiscent of the quick weather changes that you guys had when you were blazing a trail through the the rolling hills and plains moving up from Ibranca.
And how is the crew dealing with the ice? They're just like,
They're just beating at it. They don't really have too many magics. Alandre even is kind of at a loss because most of her magics are having to do with the mind or manipulation of like emotions and things like that. But there doesn't seem to be any sort of fire mage on board beyond whatever Cinderas is or any whatever you guys have. They're just beating at it. And, you know, salt, water, hot water, things like that.
mm-hmm. Well, I guess I could. I mean, if it's coming down, I guess I could. Do you think it'd be feasible if I like just shoot at the ice coming down?
You're going to shoot
What?
the
Dumbass.
storm.
It's like
You're gonna
skeet
shoot the
shooting.
ice?
He's skeet
Yeah.
shooting the ice.
You can't
It's
shoot
like-
the ice, you know.
I'll have you know, it does come down in like
You
tiny,
don't-
almost
It's like a long
microscopic.
beam.
I appreciate you trying to help.
Bro,
Just shoot at the
I'm gonna say right
clouds
now
and
that
shoot
you
it.
will be able to shoot the ice, but I don't know if it's gonna do anything.
He's just gonna look
Okay,
at Phoenix all
just
crazy.
one.
Do
like,
you want to shoot the ice on the deck? I can see you like blowing away chunks of the ice.
Well, yeah,
Maybe.
like I'm.
You know,
I have
you-
a knockback.
You're gonna alert an ice golem to our location or something crazy.
I have some
Yeah.
knockback. I could knock some ice off, you know, because they're using blind instruments, right?
Sure, if you'd like to use like an Eldritch Blast or two to beat away some of the like almost 6 inches of ice, that's you don't even need a roll to do that. You're fairly adept at that.
Oh, okay, cool.
You can spend the better part of the day making sure that it doesn't accumulate too much. So you doing that effectively negated the additional buildup of ice that would have made the entire deck hazardous terrain.
Okay, cool.
It's still difficult terrain to walk on, but now you guys don't have to do the dex check when you're walking on the ice. But yeah, good stuff.
Why use a broom when you have Eldritch Blast?
Yeah.
Well,
Eldritch
it-
Blast.
yeah, it has 10 feet of knockback on it, so it's it's pretty good.
Well, that
Some of
ice
the wood
is
of the
not
railing
back.
probably splinters and like breaks as you destroy the
Actually,
ship.
Don't give me ideas, bro. The,
Whoa.
so
Eldritch Blast is crazy. It's so powerful.
Argentum, you got a 25, right?
I sure did, bud.
For your perception check. Shortly after Ray leaves to go speak to Cinderas, you kind of go out on deck or look out the window and do a little cursory glance. And it's raining, it's sleeting, but the visibility is pretty good, especially for somebody that has perfect vision with your glasses. You're able to see tiny little, almost like tents. As the ship gets faster, it gets a little bit more difficult for you to see them on the river. But they are just on the bank of the river, and this is a crevice in the earth. It's like a very shallow fjord that you guys are like rushing down. So these are like sheer, sides. It's not been sloped over, or there's no like banks or anything like that. These are fairly sheer cliffs that are about to the height of like the deck itself. You can still the sails still manage to make it past the top, but you see every now and again 2 or 3, and then there's like 500, 600 feet, 4, 500, 600 feet, 1 or 2 like tents. They are round or octagonal or hexagonal. They are bound in some sort of animal skin or hide. They are quite small though. They maybe look like they could fit a few halflings. Maybe 6 to 12 like gnomes or something, a dwarf or 2, but definitely couldn't accommodate more than 2 or 3 humans, even laying down. They are also like covered in moss as you like it starts to get frozen and frost over, but all of them have been empty. Oh, you got a 25 too. Okay, so in addition to that,
Big number. Okay.
you see some fairly large, like aquatic animals that have been recently fished or caught in nets or harpooned, or caught with like traditional fishing lines, or something to that effect. The nets are fairly large. They're pretty big, but it looks like they're made out of spider web. And you've become very, very accustomed to that spider web or thatch or vines that have been lashed together. But it's no traditional humanoid rope or anything to that effect. Let's see. What else do you see? Yeah, it doesn't. There's a couple of fires too. There is smoke coming out of some of the sides of the tents themselves. Very low, slow burning fires. And as you take note of this and mark these things down, you hear a very low boo, boo, and it's so low that it is remarkable how far it seems to be traveling if it's coming from the bank.
They're gonna look kind of when you're squinting your eyes trying to, binoculars your eyes
yeah. I gotta turn the radio down to hear better.
Yeah.
To see better. Yeah.
They're looking around to see if they can't find the source.
And it doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like they're making themselves seen, even with the 25.
Okay.
If any of you guys are on the other side, you'd see the same thing. Or if you go to the other side, you'd see the same thing. They're flanking either side.
Would I know what kind of folks might be camping out around these areas? Would I know enough history of the area to maybe try to suss out?
Make a history check. And you know what? Yeah. Because you got a 25, I'll give you advantage on the history check too.
Let's go, gamer! Yeah!
Yo.
It's kind of like a squint.
That's a nat 20,
oh my god.
Oh.
It did not click when you saw them because you've been on the go constantly. There's a lot going on. It's been really difficult for you to kind of assess the mind palace here, especially now that you are out abroad, as it were. There, you would know what you would find within a confines of a city or something to that effect. But you're in the Wild West right now. You're in the frontier, so this could be literally anything. But there's a couple of people that came through. Way back when in an inn you were at, and they were regaling the innkeep of a story of squishy folk. They called them wet ones. They called them noisome ones. They called them the rucklers. A bunch of other just nonsense names. But you knew what they were when they started to describe them a little bit more. These are amphibious, humanoid, frog-like creatures. Not the slod. And this is honestly, when you saw the slod at first laying the eggs and wreaking havoc in Ivranka, you honestly thought that they were these people for quite some time. But they are a tribal folk. They are known for tampering with eldritch, mystical, dark forces that they don't understand, to get immediate returns on things. They think in very, very limited timelines. These are the bullywugs. These are frog people. Amphibious humanoids with webbed fingers. They're about 4.5 to 5 feet tall. You've never met one before, but these tales that you would hear and writings and sketches that you would get clocked them in at about 100 pounds. They vary in skin color. Some of them are really smooth in the hide. Some of them are really bumpy and have warts and mottled colors. Their skin colors are anywhere between an emerald green to like a very vibrant purple, and or depending on where they live, a yellow or even white. Some of them are poisonous, and it's very difficult to tell which ones have toxic skin or other sorts of anatomical mutations that allow them to use their tongues as weapons or use martial weapons effectively. Some of them have been known to master things like gunpowder and firearms and stuff. So these are a relatively sloppy people. They, have big bulbous eyes, wide mouths, long flicking pink tongues, and they're said that their tongues are able to make it so they can speak common, though they typically speak common in very broken, sloppy, difficult to understand, almost like Admiral Akbar kind of like weirdness, throatiness to them. But yeah, this is bullywug tents, and in particular with your nat 20, it's very strange for them to be out in the cold, and it's very strange for them to stray from their bog.
Bullywug.
I almost killed my players with
You're
bullywugs.
crazy, actually.
They will just take all of this in and just kind of say out loud to themselves, to no one in particular. They're just speaking out loud as they write down, like, strange for bullywugs to be out this way. Oh well. And they're just taking it in and just kind of taking a moment to breathe while they look around.
Okay, cool. And you guys are going at a pretty good clip. The bullywug encampments start to grow a little bit more dense. These tents have been set up relatively recently, as a matter of fact. And yeah, you were just looking out the side of the ship with your perception check, right?
Mhm.
Okay, cool. All right, fantastic. And even Varric seems to take note of these tents. Goes around, talks to some of the crew members, goes up, has a short little conversation, and kind of points down the direction of the river with Hornjack. That's what you guys are seeing right now. Is there anything else you guys like to do?
I think I want to go check on Krillin and see the progress of my weapon.
Okay. All right, cool.
Do it.
You and Ray cross paths as you give each other a crisp high five on your way down to the
Just one of those
Cinderas'
like
area.
those perfect daps that echo. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
It's like pop.
Are we on that
Echoes
level
throughout
now? We at that level?
the- I'd say so.
I hope so. 34 episodes.
That's canon then.
Yeah. All right. Crisp high five. The one resounding dap later. You happen upon Krillin, who is currently at work in his workshop, as Cinderas is actually helping him out pretty depthly. As Cinderas, you walk in and you hear a very low melodic hum coming from the furnace, his bed, his manger in which he lays, and Krillin lifts his goggles up from his hands as he's about to put a strike down on some metal, and looks at you and says, Sunder.
Hey. Is that fire singing?
I guess you could call it that. He's having a good time.
I think for context, I don't think Sunder has seen Cinderas yet, so he's a little dumbfounded. he doesn't know what he's looking at.
Okay. Krillin gestures to the flames that are actually kind of like gouting themselves onto the metal. He's not even like immersing it inside of Cinderas. Cinderas is kind of reaching an arm out and like actively heating up the metal on his anvil.
This is the flame elemental that's been driving the ship. Well, powering the ship. His name is Cinderas.
I thought Hornjack was the one controlling the ship. You're telling me that a flame elemental is making this whole thing move?
It's making it move. Hornjack is putting it in the right direction. To my knowledge, at least. I don't know how to do boats.
I mean,
It's a
to be
straight
fair-
line.
I was going to say, to be fair, he's not exactly steering much. We're going down a straight river. So he's kind of just holding the
Surprised.
wheel, I think.
Oh well, it's a delicate craft, much like this. And he gestures to what he is currently smithing right now. Now, what is it exactly that you would like it to be, Sunder?
The weapon?
Correct.
Oh.
You gave him the
last
quarterstaff,
I
right?
checked- Yeah, I gave him a quarterstaff initially and asked him if he could make it into like a maul.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Big hammer.
it seems that's kind of what he's doing. He currently is affixing several bands of steel onto your quarterstaff that are reinforcing the shaft itself. It is going to have this like wooden core with like a steel overlay, kind of like a baseball bat to make it a little bit lighter, and to make it a little bit easier for you to handle. But there is this large, like ingot of black rock. It's not metal. The black rock that is the bedrock to pretty much all of Lolthlorian, that he is affixed on the head of your quarterstaff. And he's also got a second smaller like ingot of black rock, this little almost like a boulder that is slightly higher up on the neck as kind of a counterweight to make this a little bit easier for you to swing, and give some weight behind it, as he makes some final adjustments on the rivets and the facets. The joinery on it is a little bit hastily done, but yeah, it looks pretty sick. Even one of the edges of one of the ends of the main ingot that he has affixed to the top of your quarterstaff is pointed. It's almost like this is like a giant meaty war pick that he has made for you.
Beautiful.
Hopefully this is something you had in mind. I'm not too good at dealing with masonry, but
I think that's more than enough, personally. I mean, looking at it, the Black Rock in general, it reminds me of a lot of the buildings back in Bronca, and if you've ever been shoved into one of those buildings, it doesn't exactly feel good.
no. Some say it's harder than diamond.
I can agree with that. This will be
It's
real
not,
nice in that
but
tournament.
it's fun. And yeah, hopefully you'll get some use out of it in the tournament, and
Don't put
hopefully
some damage.
you won't get use of it until the tournament.
Here's to hoping. I did have some other questions, though.
He takes his gloves off and puts them together, slaps them on the anvil, and puts his goggles on his head, latches the door to Cinderas' manger shut.
Yeah. What did you have in mind? Let's talk.
Well, it's more so a little bit of some questioning. How did you find your way into the company of who you're with currently? Because it almost seems like you've become a chosen of another god. Some of the things you were doing, especially against the pet fiend, kind of, brought that to light.
He takes a deep breath.
The wall. When you guys came back from underneath of Ibranca, the wall, brought me a blade that he had found. We had a talk about it. And I think I know you well enough to tell you this. I did a little digging after our conversation. I did a little more digging. I asked some people in Ibranca before everything went down what exactly it was. I mean, I knew, but I just had to be sure. I asked some questions to some of the people that I had known the longest, that are unfortunately no longer with us. For the first time in a long time in my life, I prayed.
Awesome.
I asked, very much so. I asked questions. I reached out with my heart. With genuine questions, burning questions, not will my smithy do well this year, not will the barmaid... Never mind.
No, I know exactly where you were to go, and you've been trying
Yeah.
for that barmaid for about
Yeah.
as long as I've known you.
Lindsay, yeah, you and me both, man.
Mm-hmm.
But and he looks at you and kind of levels his head, sits down on the anvil and says, I got an answer. And it wasn't really one I expected. I was asleep. And I was taken to, in my dream, the place I wanted to spend the rest of my life. A cottage by a brook with golden rocks. Beasts of all make, shape, size, roaming freely in grass as high as my chest. And a woman that I learned was my mother greeted me. I wasn't chosen. Wall was chosen. Sunder, I was born for this. And to tell you the truth, I'm scared. I don't know if I want it. I heard some of the students calling me mad. Crazy. That I'd seen the moon for too long.
There was some talk. But, I mean, I never really knew you to be out to the sea. So, kind of debunked that.
Yeah. And she...
What was fear?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I want it or not. She's given me a power. She's let me in. She's told me my lineage. She's told me what I've been born to do. I've been born to help you guys in any way that I can. That's why I'm here. And I have to get that sword back.
DM, remind me, did we ever give that note to Krillin? I'm assuming so. No?
Which note?
The note that we found in one of the graves.
No.
I don't think so, no. I think
No.
you still have that.
Okay.
Oh shit. Okay.
Well, if that's the case, Um, Sunder will kind of take into account of everything that Krillin has been saying, and kind of that point of being born to do this. It reminds Sunder he has this note in his bag. I think Sunder will give it to Krillin.
What?
We have been meaning to give you this for a bit. It's been a bit hectic, so better now than never, I suppose.
What is this?
We found this in a grave site, good couple of miles away from Ivbronka. And if I'm not mistaken, DM, his name was Kyle Blackforge, right?
Correct. Yeah, and it's
Okay.
it even has the family seal on it. This dark lustrous wax.
Mm-hmm. Who is Kyle to Krillin? His father? Relative?
Allegedly, his father. Yeah.
Allegedly, his father. Okay. Well, we found this amongst a grave that was labeled with the name Kyle Blackforge. Considering, well, figured you might know a little bit more about this.
He greedily opens it up and starts to. He even tears it a little bit accidentally, and begins to read it intently. His eyes darting on every line, reading all the way down. As you can see, that he has misty, slick tears.
Honorary Regent of Ivbronka, Defender of Downwater. You found my dad's grave. Or the man who raised me, you found his grave. And this?
Aye.
This is his handwriting, but it can't be true. This says I'm supposed to be one of the council members of Ivbronka in his death.
It seems that way.
I'd never gotten this. I didn't know. Edo didn't know.
Well, considering it was on his grave several miles away from Ivbronka, I don't think anybody knew. Other than him, and well, he's not around to tell that tale.
Yeah, no, he isn't. Sunder, I'll tell you what.
He grabs this maul that he's made you and kind of falls weighty on the oaken boards of the blood cutter.
If we take back Ivbronka, and if you'll have it, you can take my seat on the council. I won't need it. Not where I'm going. You've been there longer than anyone I've known, besides Kelly.
Are you sure they would even allow someone like me to be on the council? The things that I've done in my past. Obviously, I'm not a perfect person, but
I think specifically because of your past, you would be the perfect person. You know the ins and outs of this city. You know everything that's corrupt. You know everyone that's corrupt. And with a seat like that, you might finally be able to do something about it. But you know what? We need the city back. If we're going to do this, we need the city back.
and then we fight until it's ours again.
Attaboy. Kind of claps you on the side of the shoulder. And you know what? You're gonna need this. And he like kind of punches you in the chest with this new like counterweighted maul. It's heavy. This thing weighs probably 50, 60 pounds. But it would have hurt.
It's definitely got some weight to it.
This whole trip has got some weight to it, bud.
I've been holding more weight on my shoulders than you realize. 50-pound hammer isn't going to hurt me any more than what's been going on.
No matter how much you've suffered, Sunder, it's going to be worth something. It always is. He touches this like silvery pulse that kind of runs through his veins on his neck as though it's like a little twinge, or he shifted in the wrong way, or he moved his body and his organs kind of pinched each other, but he's just like, ugh. The suffering is always worth it.
Aye. There's always a light at the edge of every shadow.
Every cloud has a silver lining.
That I can agree with.
All right. Ray needs me to start working on his armor. Do you,
He's gonna need it. Man's been
you wanna
stabbed
help?
more times than I've been in my life.
you know
Wanna
anything about
help?
smithing? Yeah.
Not really, but how hard could it be? You're just punching metal, technically.
Well, I mean, I meant to ask, but you know him better than I do. What do you think he'd like?
Something light, elegant
Okay. He starts
to his taste. I would
taking out
assume.
this leather-bound notebook and he licks his quill and starts writing down, sketching stuff out. Yeah, keep going.
Well, his aesthetics are quite dark, so maybe that's a great place to start. Maybe some black metal, or
Yeah, I could make an alloy with the black stone and the steel from the yes. Yeah. He seems like
Oh,
he's
the
getting a
wheels are
really good
starting to turn
idea.
a bit.
Yeah, this will work.
Anything to be a bit more maneuverable. Obviously, you don't want the armor to weigh him down. Maybe have a
Sure,
cut out in
fluted
the
joints.
back. Aye.
Yeah, room for breathability. And is there anything specific, something that only he does, that he might need room for?
You don't mind having an opening around the shoulder blades on the back. I've seen some things with him, and, well, he'll need the room.
He squints at you. Like wings?
If that's what you want to call them.
Huh. Yeah. Yeah. He seems very excited and like, really ready to get working. I'm gonna get to work. He holds up the letter that you gave him, points to his temple with it. Thanks for this.
course. You've been there for me a lot, so any way that I can repay that, I will.
We'll make you a regent. Mark my words. Regent Sunder of Ivbranca.
To correct you, Regent Ashgloom. Blair Ashgloom.
His face softens. Blair,
Hi,
it's nice to meet you.
pleasure's all mine.
Regent Blair Ashgloom. And he like starts like hammering down on some raw metal and blackstone. Regent Blair Ashgloom. That's edgy. Regent Blair Ashgloom. Ooh, I like that. And he gets to work on the armor.
I guess Sunder will pick up this hammer and let Krillin get to work, and he'll just head back up the stairs towards the group.
Okay. All right. As the metered metronome of him tinking away on ever thinning metal continues. You're met with the soft dap of Sleet as you get back onto the deck. Is there anything anybody else would like to do?
Yup.
Let's go.
Argentum will briefly go into their room, gather their traveling pack, and go over to Alandre's door and knock.
There is no answer.
I'm gonna go look for Alandra.
Okay. You make an investigation check.
You got it, bud.
That's a 23.
Damn, rolling hot tonight. You kind of have to you cross into the other end of the ship after scouring your guys' quarters for a period of time. You cross the icy deck. Wind blowing a little bit harder than usual. Kind of unsteadies one of the guards. And another person is up on one of the sails, kind of patching over a flap that has been iced over and like peeled off a little bit. You get to the other side, and Alandre and Varric are in the captain's quarters having a conversation. Just a light conversation. Learning. It seems like Alandre is learning a little bit more about the ship. And as you are overhearing a little bit of the details of it, it doesn't seem Alandre is familiar with, I guess the term is not terrestrial vessels, but like, nautical ships. She's more familiar with airships, and is trying to use equatorial vernacular in order to learn a little bit about it from Varric. But you do find both of them poring over some maps, and one of the maps actually has the Irimis Mar as it is being quote discovered, almost like frontier-esque. They're kind of charting their course with compasses and sextants and things like that. And I'm trying to figure out exactly what the trajectory of this would be. Trying to predict a little bit. Maybe there's a curve coming up. Maybe there's a bend in the way. Maybe there's a fissure in a hollowed out piece of earth or something like that. They're trying to make sure that they're prepared.
Sorry to interrupt.
No interruption. This could be open knowledge. I'm just trying to catch our drow friend up on surface level vessels. Yes, quite fascinating.
Alandre, I know you're in the middle of something. I was wondering if I might borrow a moment of your time. But a couple
turns to
things I'd
Varric.
like to go over with you.
She nods. Varric's like, yeah, be my guest. I'll finish this up. Alandre follows you out and closes the door behind her. Yes, Argentum. What can I do?
probably best we find some place private to speak. I have some questions that I have something for you. So.
Of course. Yes. To my quarters, then.
Sure. It's the first place I looked.
And she follows you back to her quarters. Slowly goes inside. She actually takes off her longsword and puts it on the small table that's next to her bed, and stands at attention.
Argentum will roll up their sleeve, just showing off the veins from the scar of Lolth that's on their arm.
I meditated recently, and I was able to finally speak with my... Well, you've not really been informed, but there is a new soul in my mind. And he informed me that by touching the heart of Lolth, I invited a piece of her into me. And she's working her way to my heart and hunting the quarry soul connected to me. And I was hoping you might have some Lolth knowledge that may help.
She looks at you in awe and takes your forearm and rubs her fingers across some of the like raised veins and webs that are making their way up your arm, and says under her breath, "Oh, whispers below. This is getting a little more tangled than I know how to deal with."
Tell me about it.
I would... She looks around. Now, this is hard for me to say. It goes against everything that I know as a well-meaning drow. An oxymoron in some places. But I'm learning. In order to undo many curses bestowed upon you by Lolth, generally an act of loyalty, not to Lolth, but to a traditional drow idea: kinship, motherhood, vengeance, cunning. That is what's needed. Beyond that, I'm not sure what magics are needed to completely excise what is within you. But I know it must be genuine and subversive. Like, once, I had a friend, if you could call it that. A stepping stone, where I'm from. They were betrayed by a mutual friend of mine. And instead of taking advantage of the situation, I felt something that was caustic to my beliefs. Something that Ray had reinforced in me is actually kindness. I helped them. They were stabbed in the thigh by a blade that coursed poison through their veins, and I administered an antidote. I tended them for several days. I lied to my High Mother saying I killed them. I was rewarded, and I let my mutual friend go. I haven't seen them since. But an act like this is something that may help. And, God forbid, you may beseech the Moonlit Sister, or even, I hate to say his name out loud, the Drow God of War Selvatarm sometimes is seen as an unwilling pawn, but one that has power and may be able to help you.
I am hesitant to get involved with any other gods at the moment, being as surrounded as I feel with the whole Veyround situation. But
Argentum will sit down and kind of pat the spot beside them, like just on like her bed.
She sits and straightens her back and still, has an air of superiority about it, but yes, she does.
I've been meaning to give this to you. I collected it the first time we met and fought. I kept it because at the time, well, my friends and I did not know if we could trust you and your sisters after everything. But I feel you should have this.
And they will go into their pack in a
Oh,
place where
shit.
they place where they stored like the soul gem of Syndra.
She looks
I
at it.
believe this belongs to you.
She looks at it as though it is a bar of gold. This is... She snatches it from your hands. You kept this from me. Why would you keep this from me?
As I said, at the time, we did not know. If we did not know you. We did not know what the consequences of what happened would be. But I see you, see who you are, who your sisters are, and as someone else who has lost so much, I couldn't bear to keep it from you. I've just been trying to find a good moment to give it to you. I would have back at the school, but that was one disaster after another.
I never thought that I would be able to see her again. I don't know how to feel right now, Argentum. That I am feeling is strange anyway. Thank you.
Of course.
She looks like she's trying to hide emotion, but it's really pushing itself out through every pore in her face.
I have to go and meditate on this.
Of course.
On this.
She brandishes the demon soul gem that she's had.
Mm-hmm.
Even now it's speaking to me.
She doesn't say anything else. Just kind of locks her vision on the soul gem, stands up, and walks out. Walks out of her own room to one of the empty rooms and closes the door.
Argentum will take a sec and then they will leave
down a note.
Alandre's room and close it behind them.
Okay. Good on you, though. I've been waiting for that. Holy crap. I was like,
I've
when the
been
fuck
waiting
is
for
that
a
gonna come back
time
into
to
play?
do it.
Yeah. All right, cool. Very nice. And she leaves you in her room with her long sword on the table. You know, her stuff is strewn about. She's started to make this place home. Kind of like, you know, kind of like me in my hotel room where it's like, you know, you live here for a few days and it could be gone the next.
Mm-hmm.
But is there anything anybody else would like to do?
I think I'm all good.
I'm also all good.
Okay.
Can agree.
All right. It is at that moment where everybody is, wherever you are, that you... Okay. Everybody, you hear Captain Jack Hornjack shout, "Race!" from the top deck.
I brace.
You hear of like guards running around the deck, some slipping and falling on the ice. You hear of like ropes being let loose. You hear some sails being like pulled back. Everybody make a strength saving throw.
Oh,
Wow,
no.
I love
I have
You
little, I have
got
little
it.
noodle arms. I have little, yep, there's my noodle arms in full form.
Oh, yikes.
Well, watch this.
Packed casters,
Watch
baby,
this.
high five.
Guys, let me show you how it's done.
Oh, that's gold. That is what that
hilarious.
sentence is used for.
Get this
Play
guy.
of the game.
Fucking get this guy.
Yo, watch this. About to do a
Hey,
pro gamer
MDM,
move.
man, might I had advantage. My,
Absolutely not. Anybody who got below a 10, which is
everyone but
Basically everyone but me.
we'll take. I'll roll this on the table just for the fun of it. You're gonna take 2d6 bludgeoning damage. So you'll take 6d6 bludgeoning damage
I'm down.
as you
No,
hear.
I'm okay.
Well, you feel the ship almost as though it has hit a very soft wall and then pushed through it, and you hear like the snapping of so many, like almost like steel cables, and the ship continues through this wall, and it slows down substantially for maybe about 10 seconds. Does anybody want to do anything in those 10 seconds?
Fucking get
Ship's
off
still
the
moving
floor.
forward. You get up, okay?
Yeah, we'll get up off the floor, I guess.
Yeah, same.
Is anybody
Uh,
on the deck?
Trying to
I
make
would be
my
on the
way
deck
to the
because
I
would
deck.
be
think
with
Thunder would be as well.
Thunder?
He's making his way back.
Okay,
I'd be
so
on the
Thunder
deck
lays you.
because we've been cleaning up.
Okay. What you
Yikes.
guys saw, if you were on the deck, it's not hard because everybody was like running around and trying to figure some stuff out. You saw in front of the ship, and the sleet kind of made it a little bit difficult. Sorry, I got the hiccups. To notice before it got maybe 200 feet. And by then, this is a ship. There's like next to no traction. You cannot brake on a ship. You kind of have to slow down. So they saw this out of nowhere. This 60 to 70 foot tall web of vines and netting and detritus and leaves and all sorts of forest floor paraphernalia. This wall that has been erected in front of you guys, and then as you break through it, slows you down. There's a second one, almost like these giant, like almost like brakes, You guys continue to brace. You slow down. You hit the second one. And the ship comes to a stop. Or a very slow, the waves kind of back up behind you and push forward through the web. You see around you fish and ocean creatures and eels and sharks and, you know, tentacled beasts and things flopping around you like they've kind of been brought to this web and caught. And to either side of, for those of you that are on the deck, you hear as
Dubstep?
I mean, it almost sounds like druidic
concert.
dubstep. There are these 4.5 to maybe 5 foot tall, slick, toad-like frog creatures that come out of these larger tents that are right next to on either side of the ship on the shore. They pour out of these tents. A couple of them have spears. Some of them have harpoons that are kind of wound around with these vines, and are whooping and wooting and croaking all around you guys. None of them are speaking any sort of common or anything like that. And it looks like they're starting to pull in these nets that have been sprung or stripped and pull them up onto the shore with hundreds and hundreds of pounds of fish that have come up. And you see one of them start to lower the harpoon and, you know, train his froggy eye that like blinks very slowly, and you hear a steel impact the side of the ship. Those of you that are inside of your dorms, your little cabins, splinters fly out on the inside as these harpoons spear your ship. And there's so many of them that the ship starts to move in one direction over another. The guards on the deck draw their blades. Varric is running around trying to tell people what to do, you know, shouting down to the lower decks. What do you guys do?
Oh gosh. Sheet here, oh boy.
You still hear the whoop, 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 and there's like war drums.
What the shit is going on?
Bullywugs! I saw their encampment earlier.
Now you tell us.
Well, none of you are around! Did not tell.
I'm probably actually still on the bottom deck in my room, in this room that's like next door to Bryant. So I yell out through the walls, Bryant, are you alive?
You hear a groan of an affirmation of life, but no word. It seems like he was just woken up.
Stay in bed, and I leave my room, and then I start to rush
Dummy.
towards. Can I get to the top deck before I'm locked into initiative, or no? I'll probably go through the ladders.
Yeah, of course. It doesn't seem like they are like malicious. It seems like, I don't know. When you get on the deck, make a perception check.
I listen to all their heartbeats. Are they lying?
You listen to the
got an 8.
drums. You listen to the whoops. You listen to everything around the whirring of the ropes as it impacts the sides of the ship. The flapping and the wet slaps of the fish against the sides of your boat. Sounds like you guys have been caught.
No.
Varric directs some of the guards to go patch the holes in the bottom of the ship.
It's a mutiny! It's a mutiny! It's a mutiny!
Hornjack draws his cutlass and says, "Don't seem like I'm needed at the wheel no more." Barry draws a weapon, as do the shrouded guard, and after maybe
10 or so seconds of people preparing and more whooping. My mic fell. More whooping and groaning and ribbiting. You see a large frog man. This one who is missing an eye and has a large scar down his wet, like almost frozen face. He has a long hood that he pulls down over the majority of his like wide snout and mouth. He jumps up onto one of the ropes and has a quarterstaff in his hand. And he approaches with one hand out, almost balancing, but looks really practiced on this rope as his little, his froggy digits wrap around the rope and vine that is attached from your ship to the shore. All of the bullywugs around him whoop and put up their spears and their various like slapdash weapons and armor. They bang on their shields and everything. And he raises his quarterstaff into the sleet air, into the ice, and it all slows down. Everything quiets. Occasionally you'll hear a... And he looks at you guys who are on the deck. He makes eye contact with... Let's see. Leju. He makes eye contact with Phoenix. And he says... I am Galacthiel. I own this river now. We are Bogborn. And you are our Istik. And you hear blah, 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 like from like hundreds of frogs that are around them, banging on the shields, more drums. He's really whipping them up into a frenzy. They're almost like alien in their mannerisms, the way that their like fingers wrap around all of their weapons. These creatures are strange. They're not necessarily monstrous, but they're like they're really weird. And it seems wild for these frogs to be out in the middle of this cold. A lot of them are wearing clothes and like cloaks and furs and stuff like that. It seems like, you know, whatever this river did kind of disrupted an entire ecological system, displacing these guys.
We could talk about this, right?
We can talk. I talk good. He raises his quarterstaff again, and you hear.
I also talk good. Let us speak.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Oh my god.
Of course.
Oh my
I mean, we're against some. They seem like rather hostile, right?
Well,
yeah.
They seem celebratory.
Okay. That's like the mood is celebration. Okay. Persuasion. Yippee. 9.
Oh my.
9. Okay. You see the bullywug you now know as Galacthiel squint at you with his one good eye. And with a very wide mouth, he turns around and he says something in his froggy language. Does anybody speak Primordial?
Nope.
Great question.
What languages I speak?
They didn't
Nope.
teach that in high school.
Beak does.
Oh my god.
He speaks Primordial.
Beaks Primordial. That's crazy.
It's
an
beak. It's the
actual
beak
queen.
speak.
Okay.
That's amazing.
You hear him, I'm not going to orate at all, but you hear him speak of, honor and tradition and that in very like even for Primordial, this is a little bit like broken. But just on the outside of the ship, he speaks of you guys like you are a fish, like you are a great fish that has been lashed and caught and full of wealth, riches, and food. This will feed them for years and years, and this is such a bounty that Galacthiel has brought to them, which makes it so that he should be reaffirmed as the Bogborn, the Riverkin, the leader of this particular tribe of bullywugs. That's kind of what you overhear, Beak. It seems like they're very, very anxious to get aboard and see what's inside, to loot at this place, or dissect this great fish, just like the fish among you guys in the river that they have caught.
Yeah, Beak's transcribing all of this onto her slate and like having it angled so that Argentum can like read.
Argentum's just like nodding, like okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Can I ask like the ropes are like binding against our ship, right? So
yeah, there's like a dozen ropes. And keep in mind, these are harpoons that are being held by these frogmen. They're not like ballistas or anything. They're not like, crazy robust crossbows or anything. It's like maybe a dozen ropes. You're mostly stopped because Cinderas realized there was something going on, and you broke through 2 great nets. And the speed of that has caused you to remain stagnant and in the water. And you're being held on either side by like 6 on either side of these ropes that are being manned by these large frogmen. They're just kind of under their own weight.
Okay. And how close are they to each other? Like the ropes are all like concentrated like in the middle of the ship, or
they seem to be spread out relatively. From stem to stern. They seem to be like maybe there's one every about 20 feet.
Okay. How many are there?
How many bullywugs?
Can I see? Just like
make a perception check.
Okay, cool.
A lot.
Oh, sorry, that's like it's 20. The first roll is 16 plus, so 21.
So 21. Probably between 70 and 120.
Oh, baby.
They kind of came over the river is there, but there's still like hills and rolling, like a valley. They came over these hills, and you can see that there's like, with the 21, you see that there's pillars of smoke beyond these hills. It looks like this encampment is just like the fishing part of this nomadic throng of bullywugs. Some of them look fairly sickly too.
They're all just like standing on the line in the shore, like across the whole ship.
It's not a line. It's more like just like a mass.
Okay, I'm gonna turn to Argentum and say, "So this is bad, right?
Yes, but it is not impossible to get
This is
out
like
of.
a fight first, ask questions later."
Well, I do not speak primordial. Maybe I can negotiate? I will at least try.
All right. And how far are the? Sorry, DM. How far are the bullywugs from us right now? How far
About 75 feet. From most of them. The ones holding the harpoons are a little closer. I'd say like 50 to 30, maybe 40 feet away from you guys. But they are on the shore. So you got like maybe 20 feet of water, 10 feet of shore, and they're just kind of like holding the ship still.
I think we should challenge him to a one-on-one for who owns the river.
Honestly, not a bad idea.
I don't think that's a bad idea either, but I'm the DM, so I can't have any opinion.
I don't know how to. Sorry, I had to interject it out of character because I didn't know how to jump in and yell it out of nowhere. Because I wasn't really leading
like,
the
I think we
scene.
should fight one-on-one.
I do have compel duel though.
Well, you just
I'm just kidding. I don't have it prepped.
okay.
I can crush it.
I rescind that. Ooh.
Sorry.
You see the leader bullywug, Gerlach Thiel, turn again to his people and put out both hands, and he says in primordial, "River come fast, river not born natural, river born angry, things in river angry." And he just like keeps talking about, like, he's orating about the river as though you guys don't exist.
he caught the fish.
Get these guys off the fucking ship! What are we doing?
Are they on the ship? I thought they were on the shore.
No, they're on the shore still.
Gerlach
The only
Thiel
Yep.
is on the boat?
Cut! Are there ropes?
Gerlach
Cut
Thiel is
them.
not on the boat. Gerlach Thiel is on the like ropes to the harpoon.
Yeah, and he's on the ropes of the harpoon, and then there's a ton of like a mass of bullywugs on the other side.
Yeah, on either side. There's like
Shoot the
maybe
rope.
75 bullywugs on either side.
So they're both
Um,
sides of the ship. Oh, I misunderstood. I thought they were on one side.
Yeah, because they're on either side of the river, right?
I wish I could like
Yep.
see where they were.
Gerlach Thiel about faces and begins walking on the rope toward the ship.
Great Gerlach Thiel. It is
Oh,
an
no.
honor to meet you. And
He
while
stops.
they while Argentum is beginning to pontificate Ray, you hear in your mind, be prepared to take them out. We'll know when. It is an honor to
I'm
meet you.
gonna prep to cut the rope with my whip.
Mhm.
Cut the rope with your whip? Okay.
Yeah, the one that he's standing on currently, to drop him into the river.
It is a pleasure to welcome you to the river Iramasma.
He
However, this
keeps
is...
walking. Go ahead.
Last I checked, this is our river. And I
Facts.
think the only way to truly decide whose it is, if you are going to insist, which I assume you are, judging by your impressive band of compatriots, perhaps a duel. And whoever wins owns the river. And a warrior such as yourself should be up to the task. Do you not agree?
Gerlach gets to the railing of the ship itself on the side, port side of the ship, and he, as a frog would, deftly jumps 30 feet towards you guys and lands with a wet pad and starts walking towards you with his quarterstaff out. And you see this hunched but like relatively strong 4 foot tall frog man. His skin is like covered in mossy green, almost deep gray, like a river stone would be. And he's slick with mucus and oils that aren't normal for like frogs, but like it's a frog guy, it's a frog man. This is a dude who is a frog. He's got gold eyes. Well, at least one of them is gold. The other one is gone, covered over in scar tissue, and it eyes you up and down. You hear it as it moves around in his froggy skull. Varric is standing on the poop deck, kind of looking at you, and has his hand on his sword. All the guards have their weapons drawn. Barry has his weapon drawn. Everybody is. He doesn't seem fazed by this. Gerlach doesn't seem upset at all. He seems confident in himself. His voice, as it begins to speak, like bubbles up, and he starts to like chew on every word that's coming out. And he says,
"Deal. We fight. This is not a river. This is anger. This is a crack in the earth. We want our land again. We want our soft mud. We want a frog croaked night, not a screaming river. If we are to fight, the river is no one's, but a fish and victory are Gerlach."
Understood.
In my head,
Argentum,
I say, I kill him now or no?
Give me a moment, darling. Prepare to take out the robes.
Argentum will sort of like, almost as if like in a dancing motion, they'll sort of like float over to Sunder's side and just place their hand on their shoulder and just,
Well, darling, are you up to try out that fantastic new weapon of yours?
I think hearing this, Sunder's gonna like get a really sadistic smile on his face, and he's gonna like drag the hammer along, throw it up, and it'll lay on his shoulder. He's ready to fight if he needs to.
Well, if you are going to battle anyone, I think you should fight our strongest, unless you are not feeling up to the task.
Blah, 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 blah.
And you hear like a very dull, like croaking chorus come from either side of the ship. It's powerful. This certainly has an effect. If you guys were going to war, it'd be a little bit intimidating, right? It's like a haka of like frog noises. And he goes,
Blah, 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 blah. You pick your champion. I pick Gulak champion.
and he like has this smile that peels back, and you just see like frog gums. Like there's no teeth or anything. They're just like he smiles this gummy smile, and you hear again another chorus.
Well,
Any of you guys want to get up to bat?
Sunder, are you at full health?
I should be. Yeah.
fuck your
Hmm.
shit, bud.
'Cause it sure as shit ain't gonna make me.
I'm just a little
Mm.
guy. I just do the
Me too.
talking. Yeah. Yeah, okay, bud.
I don't like talking, but I am a
Um,
little guy.
my people grow hungry.
Who do they pick?
They
Could we see?
the champion?
yeah,
Gerlach
that's
hasn't
a good
picked yet.
question.
Could we allow them the honor of picking first?
Sure. Sure.
You for me to pick first. I grow as impatient as the rain.
Sunder, I think you should just do it. You should go for it.
Sure. I think like
You have a giant hammer.
yeah, I think hearing that, like Sunder's gonna just walk up to bat. He's smiling every single step of the way over.
He looks you up and down. He kind of walks around you, like he's kicking tires, like he's inspecting a new car. He scratches his chin. He shouts out in deep throaty croaks to the crowd. He gets a couple back, almost as though he's like asking who wants to fight. And it's not even in primordial. This seems to be some sort of just like acoustic language that they have developed on their own. And it's very short. It's not like they're diatribes or anything. And then you see his eyes, well, the one that's good, glaze over as he inhales deeply, and he kind of
I have my champion.
and the bullywugs on the starboard side part. And there's no fanfare, there's no
pomp and chorus. There's no music. There's no drums or anything, but you hear a. As over the hill, you see this massive wooden trunk come. It reaches 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet. You hear roots come out with every step. Is as a 45-foot tall treant comes over the side of the hill.
Jesus.
Solo do a croak to the dam with the great steel oak.
And the chorus
They had a
begins.
tree. They had a tree.
They have a treant.
And Varric has his hand in his head like, oh my god, how are we gonna figure this out? A couple of the Barry is like smiling like he's never seen anything like this before. He's just like, "Oh, this is ain't that just something, right? A moving tree." And it gets closer and closer to the ship as it like walks into the water, and then you see vines and leaves and thickets and brambles start to move people out of the way as this tree and almost like water or like clay or some sort of semi-solid comes over the edge and stands up and looks you down with its mossy beard waving back and forth, Sunder. You can't even see its eyes. It's so thick inside of its like veiny bark covered surface. This thing has 2 hulking branches for arms that could easily be mistaken for a long dead old growth tree, but it does breathe. It heaves its chest in rhythm in front of you. It has no weapons save for itself, and that's what we're gonna call tonight.
Oh my god. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Fucker.
Fuck yeah, bud!
Nice.
Let's chop this tree down to size, bud.
I was like leaning forward in my chair, man.
Damn.
That's a fucking
Adding
tree!
No
this trophy to the
fights
massive
on
enemies
Monday.
I fought already.
Fuck yeah, dude. You're trying to get time to 1v1 an old growth tree.
We've
can do it.
beaten the hell out of a bullet. We've beaten the hell out of a dragon.
Listen up,
Shit
tree
fiend,
beard.
and we're
We
about
about
to
to
beat the
fuck
shit out of
your
a tree.
shit.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
I just want you to know.
Gerlach was the champion, didn't you?
Not by any means. It would have been a little too easy to kill a 4
Yeah, he's very he's like CR.
That-
He's like CR1.
Yup.
Yeah.
I would like
nearly
you to
killed
know.
players with bullywugs once because they kept rolling really. They couldn't hit them, and I kept rolling crits. I almost
No.
killed my players with bullywugs once.
Bullywugs are slimy little bastards too. We were doing a one shot and we put
slippery little
bullywugs on the field. It was not easy for our players either when we were doing shit.
Oh man.
Oh, so
Funny.
What I was expecting was like a giant bullywug that would be like
Just really
the
big
escort
bullywug.
for like a really tiny one. But the tiny one would be more. It'd be like that episode of SpongeBob where they're doing the Olympics and like there's like a giant
It's got the
dude
guy on his back.
and he turns around and it's just Patrick on his back. Like, oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. No, but like they're bogborn. They got friends in the deep stinky places.
Bugs.
they got friends on the other side.
All right. That was a good session, guys. I'm the journey on the Irimus Mar continues. That was, let's see, that was 6 on the D8s. Or no, yeah, that was 6 on the D8, I think. Yeah.
Oh,
Right,
that's
yeah.
cool.
We rolled 6.
The
I brought
D8
these
is.
frogmen in.
You
Look
brought these
what you
frogmen
did
in.
to us.
Yeah, the
I
D8
should
is what
take them
happens.
out.
I have no idea what's gonna happen too. Let's hopefully you guys win and you tell Gerlach to go fuck off and
Don't worry, I'll take care of this.
Oh, it'll be great.
Yeah.
It'll be a good time. Give me
Yeah.
some some time to fix my sheet up a little bit so I can add this new weapon in.
Don't worry, I have.
Yeah, there you go.
contingencies.
All right.
I was trying to
It
figure out like
is
where everybody was because they're like, there's so many bullywugs and they're like, there's ropes. I'm like,
a lot of
where is everybody?
bullywugs.
Little guy.
I was like, where is everybody?
Yeah, what was the number that you gave? It was like 80 or something?
It's like 100.
There are about 75 on either side of you guys, so it was about 150.
But they're all like
Fucking hell.
grouped up. I thought they were like all spread out. I couldn't tell.
Well, I mean, that you did see, there were some that were spread out, like, half a kilometer back, but
Oh, I see. Okay.
and they also seemed that they had a larger encampment on the other side of like a hill.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's a lot of bullywugs.
Frogs, guys. Frogs. Are frogs real?
You can't call them that. That's rude.
racist.
They're called bullywugs.
Racist.
They are frog-like
Hashtag-
humanoids.
They're frog-like humanoids.
But yeah, these are my favorite little guys. I almost was gonna give them this voice and be like, hey,
They would have
My
gotten
name is
too
Girl.
attached.
All
feel.
tension would be gone. All tension would be gone.
I would have immediately
Fucking-
started blasting, dude.
Dude,
no, wait, no, I gotta do my spiel.
I would have cast silence on it.
Oh, you need
Yeah,
a
no,
champion?
literally-
Let me do it for you.
Yeah, I know the champion. Hello, my name is the champion. I am here to fuck shit up.
I'm Kermit the champion.
I'm Kermit the champion. Oh man, that's good.
God.
It's a Grimdark campaign to the DM and a Kermit. Oh man.
Oh,
All right.
Kylo.
Since we are winding down, it is actually it's also quite late here. It's almost midnight for me. And I need to get up and be social tomorrow. So, we are going to bring this session to a close. Does anybody have anything they're doing this weekend? Anything cool going on this week that you want to plug for the 100 people watching right now? Anything neat you got going on in your lives or that you want to get some eyeballs on?
Nope, not for me.
Damn.
Next
Okay.
week I will. Keep
Okay.
an eye on socials, and I'll be talking about during the stream and stuff. The homies here all know what I'm referring to.
Oh,
I have
yeah,
a
okay.
draw
Oh,
of a
yeah.
time.
Get excited, guys.
I got some cool shit coming next week. So get ready. Also, I got my motherfucking green card.
Wow!
God, I'm so
The
happy.
fairy
that happened,
gets
dude.
their green
Thanks,
card.
man.
No, the smile that came across my face when you said that, and when I read that, I was like, oh my god, it's like your friend winning an Oscar. Honestly, you're just like you did it. But it means so much better because it means you can like actually do shit.
I did it.
Hell
Oh,
yeah. Hell
that's
yeah.
incredible.
That's like the
After
biggest W.
right after
Like literally
such
like
long,
over a
arduous
year.
bureaucracy and red tape, it's happening.
I did it.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, now I can do so much more things, and I'm directing almost full time these days, so things are good. Things are good.
Absolutely
Oh,
fucking mental.
Absolutely.
Hoggers.
Incredible.
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 Froggers.
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 Frog champ. Wait, where's my slorp glorpin?
Glorp glorping.
Wait, where's my slorp glorping?
That's what the bullywug is gonna do to you guys. He's gonna slorp glorp you guys.
Oh.
No, I don't want to be slurp
Hell
Is
glorp.
he
yeah.
at least gonna take me out to dinner for shit?
You are the
No.
dinner. All right.
Take a sip of-
Anybody else got anything cool going on? You want to talk about? Why am I doing this voice?
I don't know. Why are you?
Can't do that voice when I'm taking a sip of.
One of these days we'll hear
Okay,
the kill voice.
Oh no, that's gonna be the country bumpkin you guys meet on I don't know D2 or whatever on the 2 roll. But yeah, awesome. We will skip next week. We have a couple people out, and then we will probably be back the week after next.
Please.
I am pretty excited for what happens because it requires minimal planning for me. I'm just coming in and playing with you guys because I've
Right.
planned the past like 2 months, so I have everything ready to go. It's just us rolling a die and figuring out what happens. And next week we're going to be fighting. Sunder is going to be fighting a giant treant. And we'll see how far the 1v1
Hell
gets
yeah.
before everybody gets anxious and wants to start helping.
I'm gonna help.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I have
me too.
ideas.
This place will get covered
I
in
also have
bullywugs, and then we'll
ideas.
have to you'll cut
None.
swaths of CR 1/4 creatures in half.
Mm.
Oh no.
All right, like
I don't wanna fight them.
many. Yeah. Oh, maybe you can negotiate. Who knows? They seem intelligent. At least one of them seems to speak a little bit of common. So, all right. If that's the case, we are going to see you guys in 2 weeks. I will be active in the Discords and stuff. If you guys have any questions too, I've had some people come and ask me some like lore clarification questions and stuff like that. Feel free to tag me in the Discord, and I'll come in and clear some things up that were a little bit obscured in the fog of war, as it were. But until I guess next month, until next month, August.
That's
we are
not
going to
okay.
say.
That scared
know,
me. I thought
right?
you meant like a full month from
Flying
now.
index.
No. Until August, we are going to say good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Good
Good
night.
night, everybody.
Good night.